Namaste, angels. I'm here to do the daily reading for Tuesday, May 30th, beginning right away with the significant events. In the year 1431, it's the 100 Years' War in Rouen, France. 19-year-old Joan of Arc is burned at the stake by an English-dominated tribunal. So this is about taking away freedoms again. She was executed, basically. And I meant to mention people like her, martyrs, on Memorial Day, because I thought about it and I didn't say it. Memorial Day, again, is a United States. It's an American holiday recognizing those we lost fighting for our freedom, those we lost of the military. But I was also feeling, and nothing against the military, every man in my family, with the exception of my son, is a veteran. So, you know, I'm not going there with it. What I was about to say is that not only military, but I had been feeling with relation to angelic and or cosmic beings and, you know, light workers, light bringers, that for us, it was also about globally those we lost fighting for our freedom, whether they were in an organized military or not. So people like Joan of Arc, certainly. And the quote-unquote anointed one, Malcolm X, like all these people who died basically fighting for freedom. I think that we were also meant to recognize, and it's not too late, you know, to think about, to consider, to honor. In the year 1539, Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto discovers Florida. Discovers, okay? 1848. Mexico ratifies treaty giving U.S. New Mexico, California, and parts of Nevada, Utah, Arizona, and Colorado in return for $15 million. So at least that makes it sound like it's not stolen, that land. It's more sold. 1868, Decoration Day, later called Memorial Day, is first observed in the northern United States. 1896, the first car accident occurs. Henry Wells, W-E-L-L-S, hits a cyclist in New York City. 1913, the day of King Osiris's birthday and the day of Queen Isis's birthday combined together. 1913. New country of Albania is formed. Did you know Andrew Jackson kills Charles Dickinson in a duel after Dickinson had accused Jackson's wife of bigamy? This happened on May 30th in the year 1806. Famous birthdays: Alexander Nevsky, Henry Addington, Gail Sayers, Brian Kobilka, Tom Morello, and Idina Menzel. Is it Faith's birthday too? It might be Faith's birthday. I don't know. I'm getting a chill in my left leg saying that, but I'm not positive about it though. But I'm positive about the fact that she's a Gemini, as was her husband, the notorious B.I.G. Anyway, moving on to famous weddings. 1536, English King Henry VIII marries Jane Seymour, his third wife. 1797, abolitionist William Wilberforce, 37, weds Barbara Spooner, 25, at St. Swithin's Church in Walcott, Bath. 1927, Academy Award-winning actor Frederick March, 29, marries actress Florence Eldridge. 1966, country singer Dolly Parton, 20, weds Carl Dean, 23, in Ringgold, Georgia. 1992, Paul Simon weds Eddie Brickell. No divorces listed for the day. Famous deaths: Joan of Arc, Alexander Pope, Voltaire, Wilbur Wright, John Singleton Mosby, and Boris Pasternak. Boris Pasternak, whose full name was Boris Leonidovich, Leonidovich, Pasternak, Pasternak, was Russian and a novelist as well as a poet, an author of, or the author rather, of Dr. Zhivago. He was born on February 10th in the year 1890, which is 99, and was an Aquarius from Moscow, Russia. He died on May 30th in 1960 at the age of 70 of lung cancer. John Singleton Mosby was American, and his profession is that he was the Gray Ghost, a Confederate Army Cavalry Battalion commander in the American Civil War, nicknamed the Gray Ghost. His command, the 43rd Battalion, 1st Virginia Cavalry, known as Mosby's Rangers or Mosby's Raiders, was a partisan ranger unit noted for its lightning-quick raids and its ability to elude Union Army pursuers and disappear, blending in with local farmers and townsmen. He was born on December 6th in 1833 and was a Sagittarius from Powhatan County, Virginia, USA. He died on May 30th in 1916 at the age of 82. Wilbur Wright was American and an aviator, one of the Wright brothers. He's known for inventing and building the world's first successful airplane with his brother Orville Wright. He was born on April 16th in 1867, which is 13 of 4, 11, 11, and was an Aries. April 16th, by the way, also 11 equals 6 equals love, the total birthday. He was an Aries from Millville, Indiana, USA. He died on May 30th in the year 1912, which is also 13 of 4, 11, 11, at the age of 45 of typhoid fever. Voltaire was French and an Enlightenment philosopher. French Enlightenment writer, historian, and philosopher, famous for his wit, his attacks on the established Catholic Church, and his advocacy of freedom of religion, freedom of expression, and the separation of church and state. He was born on November 21st in the year 1694 and was a Scorpio from France. He died on May 30th in 1778 at the age of 83. Alexander Pope was English and a poet, best known for his satirical verse and for his translation of Homer, Homer and the Odyssey. He's famous for his use of the heroic couplet. He is the third most frequently quoted writer in the Oxford Dictionary of Quotations after Shakespeare and Tennyson. He was born on May 21st in the year 1688, which is Biggie's birthday. Speaking of Biggie, I mentioned Faith before. Yes, May 21st is Biggie's birthday. He was a Gemini, of course, and from London, England. He died on May 30th in the year 1744 at the age of 56. And lastly, Joan of Arc for the deaths. Joan of Arc was French, a French soldier and a national heroine. Nicknamed the Maid of Orleans, Joan of Arc was born around 1410, or 6 equals love, and into a peasant family and into France beset by internal conflicts and under attack from the English. At the age of 12, I mentioned how important the number 12 and the age of 12 is for many of us. At the age of 12, she claimed to have her first vision, similar to myself and similar to Mary Magdalene de Pazzi. She had her first vision of saints and angels and eventually exhorting her aid to France in driving out the English. The angels helped her to know what to do. Arriving with the French army, she successfully led attacks that broke the siege of Orleans in the year 1430. Dressed in a suit of armor, she later helped to lead the army to Reims, where King Charles VII was crowned. Joan of Arc was captured during an engagement at Copenhagen, or Copine. Let's see, I don't know. Compiegene. So kind of like maybe campaign. I think it's probably campaign. And she was put on trial by the English supporter, the French bishop Pierre Cauchon, Cauchon. The trial began in January of 1431. Joan of Arc withstood days of interrogation before being found guilty of the charge of dressing in men's clothing. This is for what she was guilty. Joan agreed to don women's clothing, but when she wore men's clothing again to avoid rape, she was condemned for heresy and burnt at the stake on May 30th. A retrial 25 years later found her innocent, and she was canonized by the Catholic Church in the year 1920. Canonized means made a saint. She was born on January 6th in the year 1412 and was a Capricorn from Domremy, Duchy of Bar, France. She died on May 30th in 1431 at the age of 19, which again is another very important number. 19, as we know. She was executed and burnt at the stake is the cause of death. Going up to the birthdays. Idina Menzel is American and an actress and singer. She rose to prominence when she originated the role of Maureen Johnson in the Broadway musical Rent, a role which she reprised for the 2005 feature film adaptation of the musical. Also known for originating the role of Elphaba in the Broadway musical Wicked, and for providing the voice of Elsa in the Disney film Frozen. She was born on May 30th in 1971 and is 45 years old, a Gemini from Queens, New York, USA. She's also famous to a lot of people that didn't know her prior for John Travolta mispronouncing her name at like the Oscars or so, the Grammys or something. He called her like, I don't even remember what it was. Look, Google it or on YouTube. It was crazy. Anyway, Tom Morello is 52 years old. He's American and a guitarist, best known as the guitarist of the band Rage Against the Machine and rock group Audio Slave. We just talked about them about a week or two ago, unfortunately, with the passing of Cornell. Yes. She was born on, I don't know that name, the bands, the day that he passed. I had pulled that card and I kept blocking out his name and the bands. Like I didn't want to say it out loud and it's like happening again. Anyway, moving on. Tom Morello was born on May 30th in 1964 and is 52 years old, a Gemini from New York City, New York, USA. Brian Kobilka, Kobilka. Sounds Polish, but nope. American professor, 2012 Nobel Prize in Chemistry winner. He won for G protein coupled receptors. He was born on May 30th in the year 1955 and is 61 years old, a Gemini from Little Falls, Minnesota, USA. Gale Sayers, Gale, like Gale Force Winds, is American and an NFL running back. Yes, a man, not a woman, named Gale, known as the Kansas Comet. He was a running back for the Chicago Bears for 7 seasons during the 1960s and early 1970s. He was born on May 30th in 1943 and is 74 years old, a Gemini from Wichita, Kansas, USA. I just thought about Gale Force Winds in Wichita, Kansas. You know, like how the Wizard of Oz starts, maybe because Wicked is in my head too. It's a big storm in Kansas with like tremendous winds that takes Dorothy up with the house. Anyway, Henry Addington, his full name was First Viscount Sidmouth. Viscount spelled Viscount. Sounds more like a title than a name. I think it may be a title, especially with first in front of it. Number 1, ST, and Sidmouth, Sidmouth. I don't know if that's his name or part of the title, but this is what they have in parentheses after his name, Henry Addington. In any case, he was British and a prime minister. The son of a physician, Henry Addington's rise to political life after becoming an MP in 1789 was aided by his childhood friendship with William Pitt the Younger. Addington became prime minister in 1801 after Pitt's resignation over the issue of Catholic emancipation. In 1802, he signed the Peace of Amiens, ending an expensive war with France. In the same year, he made the first ever budget speech to Parliament. Pitt's opposition to his government and the resumption of war led to Addington's resignation in 1804. In 1812, Addington became Home Secretary in Pitt's second government and served in this office for 12 years. I was noticing all the other 12s too. 1804 is 12, 1812 is also 12, and he served for 12 years. He gained a reputation for being reactionary and repressive during the Troubled period. In 1817, he had a habeas corpus act suspended and in 1819 introduced 4 of the 6 acts designed to limit public protest. He was born on May 30th. He sounds kind of like a douche. In the year 1757, he was a Gemini from London, England, United Kingdom. He died on February 15th in the year 1844 at the age of 86. And lastly, Alexander Nevsky was Russian, a key figure in medieval Rus. So before it was called Russia, it was spelled R-U-S. The Prince of Novgorod, Novgorod, Grand Prince of Kiev, and Grand Prince of Vladimir during some of the most trying times in the city's history. He rose to legendary status on account of his military victories over the German and Swedish invaders. He was born on May 30th in 1220 and was a Gemini from Pereslav, Zelsky, Vladimir Suzdal, which is now Russia. He died on November 14th in 1263 at the age of 43, and he was the last. Going to the dice now. We're beginning today with Eat Cake. Forget It. And Weekend Away. Spirit says yes. Massage. And I was looking at 29, but that's not it. So maybe 29 applies to some too. Party is the last. Going to the dice, beginning with the world, which makes sense after yesterday's reading and a lot of endings for people. The world is about endings and being eased into a new beginning. A job well done, contentment and gratitude in the path toward enlightenment. Opening 2, strength. This strength remains with us. It was with us the entire reading for Monday. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Exercise instead some forgiveness, compassion. The world back. Opening to the 3 of earth. The power of creativity. Recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. Opposite the world, this is 2 3s. Perhaps equals 6 equals love. It may have something to do with love. This could be 2 parties of 3 having something to do with the romantic, or not necessarily the romantic, but loved ones. Some sort of phase ending with loved ones. Perhaps with earth signs. There was a lot of earth in the reading for the day before too. The world back. Opening 2, the 9 of fire. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. The world back. And justice with Archangel Raguel. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right and stand up for your beliefs. This is opposite the world, opposite this 3. For some, this can be ending difficult situations involving legality, and anything from a lawsuit, a judgment. Somebody almost got arrested. I've had clients and viewers, subscribers who were like, yeah, you were talking about justice and you were talking about legality. I was facing X amount of years. I got off. Thank you for giving me the confidence, I guess, to walk into court with the positive thoughts and all that kind of stuff. So these things can be anything having to do with 3 and relationships. Obviously, typically they're about divorce and custody and child support. Sometimes other family court issues. Somebody passed away, they're leaving something. We could have somebody going after some sort of judgment. Somebody owes you money. All of these things. Opening 2, yet again, that 3 of earth, opposite the justice, the power of creativity. So you're winning whatever it is over this situation. You're winning. Recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not the justice that it's opposite. It's the world again. The world yet again. I opened to it twice. So still the end of a situation, quite possibly involving 3 people. And loved ones, specifically, not necessarily romantic, but other love, with 6 coming up. The world back again. And it's the star with Archangel Jophiel. So another 8, because Justice, which was with us a few moments ago, is also an 8. Happy time to make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You're on the right path. The star represents the sign of Aquarius or other air sign, perhaps Gemini, Libra. It's our overall energy today. Wishes granted, prayers answered by the major arcana. So a lot of spirit behind those cards, God force behind the major arcana card messages that we get. The masculine is the 3 of air, great sadness. Take time to heal. There's a need to forgive yourself and others. Again, with the Monday reading and with the weeklies, it was more so the masculine ending different situations, circumstances in his life, relationships with various people. And in many cases, romantic, you know. Surrounded by the Knight of Water, speaking of romantic, he's emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals. Also the need to balance emotions and an invitation to a social event. The Knight of Water is a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Surrounded by, in the masculine subconscious, the High Priestess, who's a Gemini, or perhaps a water sign like the Knight of Water. Listen to your intuition. Have patience and consider carefully what you want before acting. High Priestess keeps like her plan to herself often. Feminine, the Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. Surrounded by unity, traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations. Seek out mentors and like-minded friends. Somebody could be getting married or entering some other sort of commitment. Doesn't have to be romantic commitment, but somebody could be going to school, college, signing those papers, starting a business. But definitely somebody could be getting married. With the Ace of Earth sitting here atop the Unity card, which is the Hierophant or the High Priest in the traditional tarot. In the feminine subconscious, the 4 of Water, missing an opportunity, discontentment or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. So it's like we recycled this energy. It was here in the reading the day before for the feminine. Now here, back here in the subconscious. So we're considering it. Maybe we're remaining focused, like, so we don't mess up. Like, I don't want to miss my opportunity. I'm going after my new beginning. Or maybe this is about someone, a bride with cold feet, you know, at the last minute, afraid, nervous about this new start. Or again, somebody going into business, a new job, starting college, all these things, divine new beginnings that they didn't expect, you know, but coming their way, and they're signing the papers for whatever these things are. Crowning. The 8 of Earth. So again, this is about school for some of us, or a job or something. Skilled work is rewarded. Also with relation to your relationship, we've put in effort, right? We've done the skilled work, put in effort toward these relationships, and we're being rewarded with a wedding or other commitment. Learning all there is to know about a topic as well, and going back to school is a possibility. This can involve a Taurus specifically, or other earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo. So where I was saying that the breakup may have involved a earth sign, you know, that could be on any place. It could be the person who walked away, the person who, you know, remained, the person who you're moving to now. All of this can certainly involve earth signs, but it doesn't have to. Speaking of earth signs, the Knight of Earth is at the root. He is loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. And like the Ace and the Unity card, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or somebody taking on those attributes, behaviors, traits. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. So whatever this was, I mean, the 3 of Air, it is about hurt. It is about, you know, heartache, pain. But we see definite evidence here, a lot of it, no less, of moving on, you know, of getting over that. So like, you know, it's like being cut. It hurts in that instance. You put a Band-Aid and we move toward healing and going on with our life. That's what this spread says, at least thus far. Here at the heart of the matter, strength. This is how we're able to do that. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments, forgiveness, compassion. And remember also, this is our wish comes true. So even where there was some hurt involved because we had to let someone, someplace, something go, or a combination of those, this is what we wanted. So we're finally getting that wish. When I picked this up, also up right behind it, the 10 of water, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met, and you have trustworthy relationships as well. So again, this is an answer to our prayers. The next card is upright. I don't really have anything to clarify except maybe that 3 of air. And, you know, although it's kind of obvious what it means, we'll see if we can get additional meaning. 4 of air. Okay, so like I was just saying, we're moving on from the hurt to the recovery phase, to the healing phase. Time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers, but the 4 of air, very much so about recovery. In the traditional tarot, it's a soldier. Speaking of Memorial Day and all of this stuff, it's a soldier like returned from war, laid out like resting, getting his strength back, maybe so he can go back onto the battlefield or so he can go home to his wife or whatever the case was. But he was recovering. So that's what we're doing here, masculine. Moving on from this pain that came with the 3 of air toward, you know, getting back on our feet, snapping back, bouncing back. I got another upright card here. If I wanted one, it would be upside down. Let's just see what it is. The 10 of earth. A very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. The 10 of earth on the table at the same time as the 8 of earth and the ace of earth. You can't really go wrong. And the Hierophant. And even the Knight of earth. He's slow. He's dedicated. You know, he's like methodical. We got to be patient when it comes to him. You know, he takes his time, but he always reaches his goal. So this is definite, like a definite outcome, basically. The Knight of Earth won't let us down. All right, the next one is upright too, but there really is nothing to clarify. I think I should move on. I'll pull it for the 4 of air, and then I'm going to stop. Whether the next one after this is upright or not. Ego with Archangel Jophiel, a false sense of entrapment. Being overly focused on material things and negative or fear-based thoughts. So some of us, although we have pulled away, still lacking confidence in some areas of moving forward. But we're going to do it. Like I said, oh, look, this is very plain. This is very clear to me that we will be moving on. But some of us are afraid. Also, again, this may be a situation that specifically involves not only earth signs, but like earth and air. Very, very possible. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. All right. I'm moving on to the romance cards. As I was shuffling these, a lot of evidence of the same thing, of leaving something behind or someone behind, a past circumstance, and moving on toward this. I've been getting with soulmate, but I can't tell you how many times I opened the cards from soulmate opposite past life relationship. This time I've opened it opposite heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And now that at the bottom. Opening 2, flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Heart-to-heart conversations. And pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Heart-to-heart conversations. Reconciliation coming. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Heart-to-heart conversations back. I'll cut on that note. So the shuffling that I did just now basically told the same story. It was the leaving something behind, approaching the new situation, lighthearted, flirting, having the heart-to-heart conversations, In comes the reconciliation. In comes your Ace of Earth. In comes your Knight of Water. This is the outcome. That was the income. This is the outcome. This situation involves marriage. Overall energy is, it is safe for you to love. For this applies to those who are still fearful here, although they've like begun to handle their business and get out of these situations. They're still sort of afraid to move forward. Spirit granting them the strength here at the heart of the matter, and then coming through with the romance angels also to let them know it's safe. Like you can trust it. You can feel comfortable. You're ready. You're ready, and it's ready for you. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. This is our overall energy. I'll put one card here where we clarified. Where else did we clarify? Is that it? I guess so. All right. And I got to show you these at the same time, because I just looked at them together. So I'm going to begin with the angel therapy cards with Archangel Raphael. The healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work, and with health and healing and Hilarion with the Ascended Master cards. Opening 2, Peace Offering, White Buffalo Calf Woman. All about extending the olive branch to one another. Also, those of you who have watched me before and seen me pull that card before know that when I do, it also has to do with loss of life, usually surrounding the community. So it'll be like family, friends, cousins, aunts, uncles, that type of thing. And then like celebrities, or something like national or global, like the terrorist attack and all that kind of stuff. Always for the day that I pull that card. And that may be why some health and healing is necessary too. You know, another dual meaning. Opening 2, Go Now, says Serapis Bay. So we're afraid to move forward. The Ascended Master is coming through saying, come on, you can do this. Because really wonderful things await you. Health and healing back. And opening 2, Fertility and Pan. Health and healing. And I'll go one more. It's yoga with Babaji. This may restore peace to those who need it to or help to. And doesn't have to be yoga that you do. Any kind of meditation or healing modality might be good for you to look into if you're feeling still restricted after having made your move. Horus says, you are seeing this situation accurately. And the overall energy is stay focused with Kuthumi. And now I'm seeing that I could have clarified further the 4 of water for the feminine. Oh, well. So again, I'm beginning with Archangel Raphael from the Angel Therapy cards. The healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work. Opening to Twin Flame. The answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. Twin Flame, Soulmate, the 10 of Earth, the Ace of Earth, Unity or the Hierophant, the Knight of Water. I don't know, guys. It's the Star. The Star. The 10 of Water, up right behind it. Behind that also, it's not upright though. It's upside down, but it's the Wheel is the next card. So that energy very near too. Twin Flame back. Opening 2, Cut Your Cords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments, excuse me, to fear. So that's for you guys here again, or anybody else who's feeling the restrictive energy of fear, but from judging from the cards, that's right here. That will free you, okay? Because these things stem from old relationships, which we already talked about. So yeah, ask Archangel Michael to help you cut the cords to those old relationships that you've moved on from, so that you can wholly move on, like your spirit can move on, and that will free you from destructive patterns for the sake of moving forward. Twin flame and solar plexus chakra. It's safe for you to be powerful and to take charge of your life in positive ways. And I think that goes to this area here too. And on that note, I will cut twin flame back. And we're back to cut your cords with Archangel Michael. The overall energy is law of attraction. Relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of energy. So again, certain things, people, places, and things, we have to leave them behind because we've evolved. We've evolved, and hopefully they've evolved too, but obviously in a different way. So we just let those things go. And then we attract things that align with us, and others will do the same. You are profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye, as well as with your physical sight, for your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. This is the overall energy, so this is certainly for all of us, but I think, again, maybe more so for the masculine, having not only this, but the high priestess here in his subconscious, maybe a lot of messages coming through, downloads down through the crown chakra healing going on. I think I pulled that card for the reading for the day before too, so that makes sense. But yeah, healing in that area. Pay attention to your intuition. You're receiving messages from the universe about how to move forward, how strong you are, how far you've come, and how, you know, you're ready for this. And again, it's ready for you. All right. So further advice from the angel therapy cards. Crown chakra. Boom. What'd I say? Pay attention to your divine, I can't read. Oh, I was looking at this. Pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers. And again, our overall energy is the answered prayer card, the star. There you go, masculine. Feminine, throat chakra. The angels are helping you to lovingly speak your truth. Maybe to say, I do for some. Get over the cold feet. Masculine, mother, wife, sister, daughter, and Lady Nada. Some of us have a feminine energy with whom we have to heal a relationship. And for a good bit of us, that feminine energy is us. Not that we're not the divine masculine. Sure we are, but we have both, right? Inside, masculine and feminine. We got to balance out. We got to do a number 2. And in this case, number 2 stands for balance, stands for faith, stands for partnership, stands for duality. Like we can do both. We are both. Feminine, to you, drink more water, says Ocean, because we are on the rise. Again, healing of that throat chakra. This is part of the ascension. Drink more water. Aw, masculine, 2 of fire. You've come into your own. New partnerships or contracts. Continue to move forward. Sure, this can be a general contract, a general partnership. It showed up in the weekly reading too. You know, you could be entering some sort of work partnership. But maybe you're doing that and a relationship. You know, because obviously with the Knight of Water sitting here and with Twin Flame having showed up here seconds ago, this has to do with romantic partnership for some too. And the 2 of Fire is the Divine Union card of the Tarot. Just more reaffirmation, masculine, that you've done the right thing and you're moving in the right direction. You are on path. Feminine, Knight of Fire. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. Someone that is a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or taking on those traits, those behaviors, attributes, may be particularly impactful upon you in this time. The divine masculine in general may be particularly impactful upon you in this time because the King of Fire is the quintessential divine masculine of the tarot. And this can be a male or female. Doesn't matter that it's the king. Masculine, pay attention to the red flags. You know what the red flags are? The Two of Fire. That's your red flag. Keep moving forward toward this. Congratulations on your partnership. And feminine, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. But I'm not done because I forgot to turn over this card for the masculine. Here, let go of control issues so that you can indeed move forward, masculine. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. It's unfolding so very beautifully. I hope that you guys enjoy the daily reading. Namaste, angels.